just have your back. Don't look back. Give all the dollars, you know a fake heart attack. 'Cause you were made for this. You can feel it inside your bones. You were made for this, and it's time you let the world know who you are, what you know, what's happening right now. So run, run, it's a new day.
Hi, good morning everyone. It's me again. I'm Willis, by the way, if you forgot. Okay, so let's start. Tokopedia, right?
Right.
So who are you?
Yeah, hi Willis. Thank you for having me. My name is William Tanuwijaya. I come from Indonesia, obviously. So I run an e-commerce website or internet business called Tokopedia. We launched it in 2009, 17 August 2009. So it's about 4 years ago. Today we are one of the leading marketplace, open marketplace in Indonesia.
So just want to ask the crowd over here, who heard of Tokopedia? Raise up your hand. Heard of Tokopedia at least? Raise up your hand. Cool. Okay. So thank you for coming, of course. So you've been running this business for a couple of years, right? And I think a lot of people will be asking you, was the journey smooth sailing? Tell us about it.
Yeah, I think not at all, right? So if you met a lot of staff founder, they will say that every day is a very challenging. Every day is like firefighting phase. There's always a fire, some place that you need to shut it down. Some might give analogy that it's like always standing on the edge of the cliff. But if we go back our journey for the past 4 years, I can define the biggest challenge that we face is I think is about 4 different type of challenge. First is how to raise money, and after raise money, do the follow-up run. The second thing is how to recruit people, building a team, building a culture. The third thing is some of business cannot run by themselves. They need to partnership with others. How to build this kind of partnership with probably bigger company when you are nobody, something like that. And of course, when you are in a business model, a proven business model, sooner or later the competition will come. And how you will face this kind of bigger competition, international expansion, business. So I think that in the past 4 years, that's four type of challenge we face.
Okay, so let's go straight to the point of most startups and entrepreneurs would be very, very interested in. A lot of startups in Indonesia can probably just raise maximum a seed round, but this guy, he raised, how many rounds did you raise?
We raised, I think 4 rounds.
4 rounds, guys. So my question is, how the hell can you raise so many rounds? How do you do it?
Yeah, I think that actually when Tokopedia, we launched it on 2009, right? But actually we have the idea to quit Tokopedia actually in 2007. At that time there's no incubator fund, no VC coming to Indonesia, no even like this. So there's basically no ecosystem. And we don't even call it a startup. We call it just like building a website. I just want to create a company. I want to build a website like that. So, but we just regular internet users. Me and my co-founder Leon, regular internet users, and we think that Indonesia need a marketplace model to solve the e-commerce problem in Indonesia. But we are curious. We are wondering why great internet company like US company like Yahoo, Google, Facebook, they put a platform for millions of users, and people don't need to pay to use that. In Indonesia, we don't know how to do that. So we start Googling that, and we realize that they do fundraising. So we know now that there's a fundraising things. So what we do is actually at that moment we try to do fundraising, but the only rich person that we know is the boss of our company. So we go to him, we pitch this idea about Tokopedia, and he liked the idea, but he don't know about internet business, so he don't comfortable to do the funding by himself. So it's kind enough to introduce us to a lot of his local risk man. So for 2007, 2008, 2009, we pitched this idea around, but no one actually buying that. So we summarize that why people don't want to put money at that time to us, a local businessman. Basically because of 2 reasons. One is there's no success story about internet company in Indonesia. There's more than 1 decade. 2007, we already have internet for more than 1 decade, but there's no M&A, there's no IPO. It's very different, right? If we compare to like South Korea, Japan, or China. In just 2 or 3 years, there's a homegrown local company, and they can get acquired by bigger companies. So there's an exit scheme. That things didn't happen in Indonesia, so there's no exit. And the second thing is they are afraid about the competition. What we want to build is not something new. It's a marketplace model. So eventually Rakuten will come to Indonesia, Gmail will come to Indonesia, eBay will come to Indonesia. So how you want to fight with this guy, right? So of course we cannot answer that kind of questions. So that took us time, but we are grateful that we are stubborn enough. So even after 2 years, we finally closed a round. It's from a local businessman, and it is on 2009. So we can quit this company. And after that, 2010, we raised another round from East Ventures. We become East Ventures' first portfolio company in the world. 2011, we got another investment from Cyber Agent, also the first portfolio company in Indonesia. 2012 from NetPrice, and recently we closed a round from SoftBank. So if you ask me how to raise some money, based on our experiences, because we just only stubborn at the time.
How much did you raise in total?
I can disclose that.
Why not? Always believe in sharing information.
Probably I can just say the range is above $5 million US.
In total?
In total.
Okay. So I realize that your investors are mainly from Asia. Well, is there any reason why?
Yeah, so many of my friends asking me, if you see the list, right, it's all come from Japanese probably, Japanese or Korean. So actually I don't know why, but I think one of the reasons is because the communication, right? So I studied local, so I never go abroad. I never really speak English until 2010. For the first time I tried to raise money overseas. So that's the first time I try hard to speak English. So I actually speak broken English.
I think it's pretty good, right? Clap, please.
And this Japanese partner, they also speak broken English. So I don't know. It's like maths. If I try to raise money from a VC from US, sometimes I don't know if they don't understand me or don't understand my English, right? But the Japanese people, they also try so hard to communicate with me, and I try so hard to communicate with them. It's like kind of telepathy thing. So I don't know. Probably that's the reason. Broken English.
Okay, so broken English from both sides. Okay. Right. So it's one question that's very interesting. One of the readers actually sent in this question. A lot of like companies. I mean, you said right, like CDC Marketplace is nothing new, right? You have Taobao in China. You have eBay in the US. I mean, a lot of different marketplace, including Rakuten as well. Marketplace, not necessarily C2C. It could be B2C. So how you as a small company, survive, fight against a giant, and win. I mean, I'm not sure how you define win, right? But at least you're still surviving and still raising money.
Yeah, so one of the nightmare or when we try to raise money for the first 2 years is because they're afraid of this kind of giant expansion, right? And it's actually happened. So when we launched Tokopedia in 2009, it only took 6 months until the largest telecom in Indonesia, Telkom, they partnership with eBay, of course US giant e-commerce, and they revamped Plaza.com into a marketplace model. So they are our first direct competitors. And then 1 year after that, Rakuten come into Indonesia. They are not acquiring local company or not, they just joint ventures with the largest media conglomerate in Indonesia at that time, MNC, having several TV stations. So, and the third year, Nextburst MIH acquired SNS platform from US, Multiply, and moved the headquarters from US to Jakarta to expand, to focus on a marketplace business. So if you see that first year, second year, third year, the competition become larger and larger and larger. And not only that, they have the know-how already. They have a better network with a big local corporation or big local conglomerate support them. And they have a bigger money than, bigger capital than us. But I think competition is something good because that can help us to build a product that really useful for the market, right? So in the end, who build the better product and that can adapt to the local market. And I always see that marketplace model is a very local thing. So if you see like eBay also try to enter in the China market, but Taobao win. And you see a lot of things like in Korean also homegrown player win, in Japan also homegrown local player win. So in today, after fighting these 3 years, in terms of traffic, we already are #1 for marketplace model compared to the marketplace model. In terms of general e-commerce, we only on the below of the big 3 classified platform. In terms of number of SKU, we also #1. We have more than 1 million product already, active product already. People upload more than 2 million product, but we still have a 1 million active SKU. So I think we are doing good, and we are one of the youngest internet company that homegrown internet company that can enter top 100 most visited websites in Indonesia, and even now we already top 40 most visited websites in Indonesia.
Actually, just curious, like you raised more than 5 million, right? What's the valuation of the company?
Valuation of company is this is first time I disclose this. More than 20 million on the latest round.
Okay, more than 20 million. Thanks. So let's block this. Okay, so we want to talk about like raising money at the same time, because you're facing a lot of competition in this market, right? So retaining talent, building a culture is very important because the other bigger competitors can easily take away your staff, your key staff, and pay them like twice or thrice more than what you paid. So how do you build a culture? How do you retain your best employees?
Yeah, I want to back to the company when we are just 2 people, right? 2 people, 2009, when we have this kind of capital, we build the company. So the first thing I do at that time is actually try to recruit people, because we believe the main ingredient for successful internet company rely on the people, the best people we can have. So I'm graduated from Universitas Bina Nusantara, BINUS. So I go back to my university and ask them if there's an opportunity to create a job expo there, and coincidentally at that time there's a job expo. So we asked how many booths available now. They said that there's a 2 premium booth. We take all of that. So we take 2 of that. Just 2 people. There's a two big booth. I stand on one booth, Leon stand on the other booth. So if you met Leon before, so it's a not nice view because I'm a skinny person, Leon is a kind of fat person. So one skinny person standing on one empty booth, the other fat person standing on the other booth. And in front of us is one of the booth of the largest bank in Indonesia. They hiring this kind of a pretty girl, distributing the brochure.
I think we have quite a few pretty girls here.
Yeah. So I need to learn from you, right? So at that time we stand at that booth 2 days, and no one actually come to our booth. In front of us, the booth is very crowded. We don't have people coming to us. So we realized that internet in Indonesia is not have a hype like Silicon Valley. It's not something cool to work for. There's no success story. So we learned that success story is very important. If you have success story, then top graduated people want to work together with you or want to build something that they can believe on. At that time, we even don't have our product yet. So we realized that we cannot go big suddenly, right? So we just patient enough. We just become persistent. We post ads every day. We hiring our friend for a very long time. We only have like 4 people, and then grow into like 7 or 8 people on the first year. And today we have more than 60 young people join on our company. It's the best team I ever had. I'm very grateful. When the company become more than 30 people, we start to worry about the culture, right? So when we only have 10 people, it's very easy to organize. Every day I can meet with all of them, ask the progress, what we need to do today, are there any problem we face. When we grow to the 60, become more difficult. So we start to visualize our vision, our DNA into something you can see every day. So you come to Tokopedia every time you want to drink water, you take water, you will see the company vision. Our company vision is shaping better Indonesia through internet. And every time so when taking water, you will see the vision of the company. When you going to pee, so when water in, you see the vision. Water out, you will see the company DNA. So it's a 5 DNA. We have a 5 DNA, always positive, solving problem, take it to the next level, become better Indonesian generation, and focus on consumer. You will always see that.
So speaking about like positioning and culture, right? So one of the readers actually still asked a question. So it might be a hard-hitting question for you. So this reader obviously probably do not know much about Tokopedia or e-commerce as a whole. So he's asking that, comparing Tokopedia, what is your position? What is the 3 keywords that you would describe your company? And why would it stand out against the giants?
Yeah, the first is we are internet company. We are not e-commerce company. We are internet company that help other people do e-commerce company. And the second is we have this belief that what we build is actually very helpful for other people. We start to see a lot of our merchants now, they generate billion of Indonesian rupiah per month, but they are not just suddenly generate 1 billion Indonesian rupiah per month. They go through phase, like our phase. They come from a very small, it's a housewife, uncle or auntie having offline store. They start very small with million Indonesian rupiah transactions per month, going to 10 million, 100 million, and even to a billion. They also start to create jobs. So that's why our company vision is shaping better Indonesia through internet, because we believe on that. And of course, we want to become the homegrown icon of the internet company in Indonesia. We believe someday Indonesia, despite of this kind of how do I say, market potential. You see that top website is like Facebook, Twitter. They did not have office in Indonesia, but they create a huge success in Indonesia. We believe Indonesia someday we can have the Alibaba of like Alibaba of China, or like Google of US. Someday Indonesia can have that kind of a great internet company.
Okay, so obviously the marketplace is very, very hard to build, right? Because it's a chicken and egg problem. If you have the merchants, you need to have the users to buy the products. So as a small company, how do you solve this chicken and egg problem? And what can you share to entrepreneurs in the floor?
Yeah, so when we have the idea to build marketplace, what if a marketplace from classified platform is a marketplace, you need to taking care of the logistic part and payment part, like, so every transaction need to done on the website. So of course, when in 2009 when we want to solve the payment issue, we go to large bank, several bank company. We ask them if they can build this kind of API things, so the transactions can complete online, work together with us, shaping the ecosystem together. I don't know, probably because we not connect to the right people, or because we're just too small. No one really want to work together with us. And so the way we solve that is this is the point at that stage that we realize that sometimes you cannot work smart. So when you cannot work smart, the only choice you can do is work hard. And we only have 2 people at that time, so we just try to work as hard as possible. We sacrifice our time, we sacrifice our sleep time, we sacrifice our weekend. We take turns. We cannot do this kind of payment automatically. We do the payment manually. So we check the payment manually. If we make a mistake, then that's a business cost for us. Of course, it's not something like ideal ecosystem. But over 2 years, one of the bank companies start to realize why this company have so many transactions per day. So over time, after with 2 people, we do that manually. We start to realize the pattern. We are both computer science graduated, right? So we start to put a semi-automatically system and hiring people. So it's a kind of more efficient already. And after 2 years, bank companies see so many transactions, they come to talk with us. And we build together the API system. We launched together this kind of online real-time payment system. And in 2005, finally, like Bank Mandiri, one of our partners, they disclosed to their partner that for the first time in Indonesia, through their payment channel, for the first time, there's an e-commerce company become top of the airline company. Because previously, people are convenient to pay airline ticket online, but not the other way, not for e-commerce. For the first time, e-commerce in 2005 become #1, and it's a marketplace, and it's Tokopedia. So
how much?
The highest transaction. So today Today we generate about 1.5. We have our merchants send 1.5 million products per month, and it's growing about 10% to 20% per month. And on logistics side, as also the same. So when we come to this kind of logistic company, we only need two things, right? We only need the ability. Indonesia archipelago country, 17,000 islands, thousands of city combinations. So we need to ask them, I need your shipping database, right, to become our database. So when people buying product, they can calculate their shipping cost. And the second thing is we provide escrow model. So we need to be able to tell our merchants and our consumer that your product already delivered, so we can release the fund to the merchants. So we need the ability to track the product, track to the package where it's now, right? And there's a logistic company that have this kind of a solution. We come to them, but they also don't want to support us because they are not really familiar with internet business.
We're just curious, like how much transaction are you making until Bank Mandiri starts to take notice of you?
Bank Mandiri, I cannot disclose the numbers yet at this moment.
Roughly a range?
A range is more than 10,000 transactions per day today.
Okay.
So 10,000 payment, not transactions. One payment can be more than 10 transactions in Tokopedia. Yeah. So for logistic company that we want to partner with them. They don't want to. So what we try to build is we just build a crawler engine at that time. In 2009, we built a crawler engine. For 1 week, we crawl the website. So we have this kind of all combination of the shipping cost, become our database. And for tracking is every time people track their package in Tokopedia, we just hit their website on the background and give the feedback on our screen. So people will think that we partnership with them. Every month we send them a report. Hey, logistics company, we actually bring you this time. Until 3 years, they finally come to us. The reason is because every day the traffic we bring to them is higher and higher. Eventually, their website going down, and they block our IP. We change proxy. They upload. So it's like cat race situations. So we say, hey, you just partnership with us. We actually bring you sales, right? So you don't need to do this kind of rat race anymore. So finally they partnership with us. So the taking point is the ecosystem is not there yet at first. The payment, so I think every emerging market, even like advanced country, is always the same. You try to build some business model that non-existent before, so you need to educate the ecosystem and grow together. For us, it's because there's no success story, it becomes a bit more difficult.
So Tokopedia is not generating revenue for the last couple of years, right? So just recently you launched the Go Merchant program. So what is that about?
So Go Merchant program is a subscription model. So it actually comes because several of our top merchants request that. We always believe that the only way we can make money is by helping other people make more money. And by helping other people make more money, it means bring more transactions to them. So the main revenue stream will coming from advertising stream. So we are now building our ads engine. We will launch it in Q1 2014. And before that, our top merchants already have like probably thousands of transactions per day. They kind of find it too difficult to maintain by themselves. But they are afraid, like if they point other people to help them maintain their store, people will can cash out the money or something. They want a different type of privilege for their admin users. So we think that this kind of feature, not everyone need it, right? Only the top merchants. So we think that it's a good thing for us to build a new business model around that. So we build this kind of good merchant. It's a subscription model to help you become more efficient. Yeah, and Tokopedia will still stay free forever, right? So we always believe that small merchants, they need to have some platform to start. When they grow big, they have options. If they want to become more efficient, they can pay a small, like only 100,000 Indonesian rupiah per month to help them become more efficient.
Is it working for Tokopedia?
Yeah. So I think we just launched it like 3 weeks, right? And we have now still below 5%, but we believe, I think 10% of our merchants can subscribe to that model. Yeah.
So I think the model is more or less quite similar with Taobao in China, right? So when can we expect you to be profitable?
we are very, so the way that we pick our shareholder, our investors is also long-term investors. We can stay free of commission as long as possible. So it also depends on the market size we get. Now we are top 40 most visited website in Indonesia, but actually the numbers of users, the numbers of merchants we have is not that much yet. Indonesia have 250 million populations. It's only about 3 million users coming to our website every month. So we see that the gap is still so big, and we want to educate this market. Of course, if we are taking commission for now, we are already profitable, but we see the bigger picture ahead. So I can say that we can stay very long for this.
So what is the greater vision of Tokopedia? I mean, there are like a lot of e-commerce company. They started as the e-commerce company, and then they slowly like spin off to doing payments and different e-commerce company, right? So is that something that Tokopedia is looking at? What's your long-term vision? Because you talk a lot about your long-term vision with investors. So, and being an internet company that helps this Indonesia as a whole. So what is your long-term vision?
Yeah, our long-term vision is being an internet company that build this kind of ecosystem of e-commerce, but we believe the center of ecosystem, the center of the ecosystem is a marketplace model, the open marketplace model, not the B2C one, the C2C one. It's a very similar with Taobao, right? Taobao is the center of Alibaba Group, and then there is a Tmall, is a lot of arm of that kind of ecosystem. So when you have a marketplace, there's a lot of companies start payment in Indonesia, but when you don't have audience, it's very hard for you to do, to get this kind of a mainstream level of users, right? So that's our focus at this time. We will build marketplace model, and we will see the next what we can do. So we also like the marketplace business. Now we have some secret project about another marketplace things to do. And yeah, we strongly believe that open marketplace is the center of ecosystem.
What's the secret? You say you have a secret.
We have a secret project now.
Well, yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, that's why it's called a secret, right?
Can you share?
Yeah, if I share with you, then it's not secret anymore.
Give us a range.
Yeah, it's a marketplace things as well. You just expect to. Yeah, we will tell you first.
Okay. So recently, I think there's eBay is coming back again to Indonesia. Any eBay guys here? Raise up your hands. Don't be shy. No offense, okay? So they came in here a couple of years ago, get out and came in again. Then it's called blanja.com. I pronounced correctly, right? Blanja.com.
Blanja.com, yes.
Blanja.com. So what do you think about it? Like, it will work? Or like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that for the first 3 years, it's like marketplace war 1. There's a Plaza, Rakuten, Multiply, Tokopedia. Now it's like marketplace war 2. It's a Blanja.com, it's eBay, Telkom again, and then 11 year is a SK Planet XL, and I think some Rocket Internet also have a marketplace in Indonesia, coming soon, Lamido and everything. Like I said before, that competition is a good thing. It helps to innovate the market.
Can you beat them?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's it, right? That all it matters. 2 more questions. So, there are a lot of like huge e-commerce company, and Alibaba is coming south to Southeast Asia, right? So you watched the movie Crocodile in the Yangtze, right? It's an awesome movie. So do you think Alibaba have a chance in Indonesia to beat you, for example, like Taobao come in and compete with Tokopedia?
I think eventually they will come to Southeast Asia and come to Indonesian market. At that time, we will become the crocodile, and they will become a star in the ocean. We will become the crocodile in the river.
Okay, so what if I know you love Jack Ma. I love him as well. Yeah. So if Jack Ma offers you, say that, hey William, let's collaborate. I'll buy your company for 200 million. Yes or no?
We'll see.
Suddenly the shark would acquire the crocodile, right? Okay, last question. So, besides Jack Ma, who are your role models?
So I really like Jack Ma and Son San. So I think that Son San also have this kind of very long-term vision. If you see that they always like have this kind of ability to kind of predict a future. He can bring Yahoo to put $1 billion investment to English teachers. So this is actually motivate us when our when we face so many challenges, we see that, hey, English teacher from China can do this. We are graduated from computer science, so we might have a better chance to win this market, right? So I think that Son is and Jack Ma is a very hero to me.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks.